Barack Obama and Tom Coburn have a well-known crush on one another. They're obviously on opposite ends of the spectrum. You would think Coburn is as right-wing as it gets. President Obama's not really as left-wing as it gets. He's pretty much in the middle, a little center-right if you ask me. But anyway, they're very Democratic and very Republican, opposite ends of the, at least, partisan spectrum. But they love each other. I mean, as you're about to find out, maybe quite literally. I'm not saying they've made love. Anyway, here's President Obama. First of all, they asked when Time Magazine decided to make Coburn among their most influential people in the year 2013, the person who wrote the description for Coburn, loving and endearing description, was President Obama, not anybody in the Republican Party, not a conservative, not a right-winger. He wrote of Coburn, the people of Oklahoma are lucky to have someone like Tom representing them in Washington, someone who speaks his mind, sticks to his principles, and is committed to the people he was elected to serve. Now, Tom Coburn's opposed President Obama on, I don't know if it's 98% of things or 95% of things, but the fact that they respect each other is a good thing. And Tom Coburn is largely principled. Okay, now, his principles I don't agree with at all, and there are often times where he goes back to old partisan tricks anyway, right? But he's not the worst of the worst, and in fact, he might be the best of the worst, right? But don't get too carried away. Tom Coburn is also the guy when he was in the House. He's now in the Senate and is stepping aside after having served his terms. In the House, he's a doctor. He would bring in pictures, giant pictures of diseased genitalia to warn people about not to have sex. Because he's, deep right-winger. So he's like, premarital sex is terrible. So he'd show them diseased cocks. This is the guy that President Obama's like, oh, what a great guy. All right. Now, look, again, there's reason for it. There's reason for it. So it's not out of left field. But so now Coburn is going to return the favor, okay? So he's on 60 Minutes, and he says something that I'd like to have fun with.
My relationship with Barack Obama isn't based on my political philosophy or his.
What's it based on?
It's based on the fact that I think he's a genuinely very smart, nice guy. I just love him as a man. I think he's a neat man.
I just love him as a man. How do you love him as a man? You know what I am? I'm a child. Look, I'm glad that there's two people in Washington who can respect each other even though they're from different parties and oppose each other on a regular basis. You know what? I also love them as men. If you look at this and go, come on, Cenk, why'd you do this story? You're kind of right.